Capital40 has crashed and all of their promoters, including their biggest cheerleader, is now copping pleas. She has received so much pressure that every post she makes about Capital40 is her last one. This is the most recent one that I've seen.
So this is the last time I'm going to be addressing the matter of Capital40. Okay? After this, I'm closing this chapter in my life, and obviously there are lessons that have been learned, and also I'm going to be stating some facts. And
personally, I don't think this lady has learned any lessons, because the next day, right after news became available that Capital40 has crashed, she made a new video telling people, listen, Capital40 crashed, these things happen, I humbly apologize, but here is a new scheme that I am going into, and it is called Buy Towns. Buy Towns is also not FCA regulated, same like Capital40, but she is shilling that already. So I don't think any lessons were learned.
It's going to be a long video, so obviously you can watch it on speed mode if you want to. So let's understand that the people that have personally joined Capital40 with me was aware that it was a risk they were willing to take. I am not the owner of Capital40.
I hate this. Oh, the people that signed up with me knew it was a risk. I don't think this lady spent that much time emphasizing the risks on Capital40. If she knew what the risks were, she herself wouldn't have had promoted this. Now, when it comes to that risk talk, I'm going to give you guys a little clip of her promoting Capital40, and you can let me know if you are only hearing good things and if you are perhaps hearing a slight mention of risk.
You can withdraw whenever you want to. Okay, if you've invested a good amount of money, it means you're going to get a good amount of returns. Okay, so for example, you need a minimum of $20, which is roughly between 400 to 500 rands, and you can be able to withdraw this money every single day. You don't have to wait for a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 12 years, right? You can literally withdraw this money whenever it is you want to. It's there for you to withdraw. It's accessible to you. I will show you how the withdrawal process works, and I will take you through the whole process. But yes, you can withdraw every single day if you have more than $20 in your account. And obviously that depends on the type of package you will take up. The bigger the package, the higher the return on investment, which means you will have more to withdraw if you've taken up a bigger package, right? Lots of guys on the 1,000 Rand package will wait at least a month or half before they reach the $20, and then they can withdraw their money. Those that have invested 200,000, 300,000 with me, they withdraw almost every day, if not every second or third day, because their return on investment is much bigger. So $20 minimum is what you need to withdraw, and you can withdraw daily, monthly, weekly, whenever it is you wish to withdraw.
I feel I need to make a video to remind you guys that I'm still with Capital40 and the digital marketing space as well. I'm still available on WhatsApp as well. So if you are wanting to start your digital marketing journey or invest with Capital40, right? Capital40 is a investment opportunity where we use AI to trade commodities and earn daily on your behalf. So you don't have to trade, right? AI does all the work for you. All you got to do is hit that follow button and drop a comment if you're interested in digital marketing or in Capital40. I am available in my digits. That's in my profile. And yeah, reach out to me. Let's make this happen for you guys.
So here's a plug for you guys, because I know you guys don't like to work hard. And why should we, when we've learned how to master the art of working smart, right? If you guys ever heard of Live Good, it is a subscription-based income. I pay $10 a month just to hold my spot so that I can earn a good amount of money. And a $50 once of joining fee is going to give you into this opportunity. People have even got my kids on this, because why? I want them to earn passive income. I want them to have something when next year my daughter goes to college, right? So having this into place is, it's going to reward me at the end of the day. So if you're interested in making some money, paying $10 a month for a subscription-based income, people put yes in the comments and I'll send you over more info. So I literally had a client that took out her monies that she had in the bank so that she can invest it with Capital40. And why would she do this? Because guys, the return on our investment with Capital40 is absolutely excellent. She is getting 8% weekly returns on her invested amount. So this is why people are literally doing this, sad to say. But yeah, and I have done the same. I've taken out some money that I had in the bank and I've invested with Capital40, and I am daily receiving my investment, my returns on investments. So Capital40 is an investment platform that you can just invest your money with. Sit back, do nothing. You don't need to recruit. You're just literally getting back your return on investment, and it's coming in daily. You can withdraw daily, weekly, monthly. It's up to you. It's your choice. So if you want more info on Capital40, guys, put a yes. I'll send it over to you.
Now that you guys have seen that clip, Do you really believe her that she schooled the people in private about what the risks were? Once she already had them? Do you really think that? Because I don't. I honestly don't.
I am merely and merely was an affiliate for them. Like hundreds and thousands of other people promoting Capital 40, I was doing the exact same thing. I have lost close to 100,000 Rand, if not more, because every time I needed to reach a certain rank, I had to put my own monies in there to purchase my package so that I could rank up, right? I wasn't using it from my earnings because all my earnings that I had, I was withdrawing it and I was compounding maybe $50 to $100 at a time. But I realized I was not able to rank up because I had to be on a certain package. Thus, I was like putting 10,000.
Also, in terms of the risks, guys, Capital 40 is an investment vehicle, right? So it needs to be FSCA regulated to take money from people and trade on their behalf. But Capital 40 weren't. The other thing that made Capital 40 a really big red flag is they had a recruitment side hustle, which all of them pushed, because the more people recruit, the more commissions you get based on their first sign up deposits. So this thing is really gonna rip a whole lot of these guys by the mouth.
20,000 Rand of my own money into Capital 40, which accumulated to over 100,000 Rand that I also lost in the process. People that are in the digital marketing space, the multi-level marketing space, know how these programs work. And for those that didn't and that personally joined with me, I had to mention to them that this was a risk which they were willing to take. There was nobody forcing them, people. I had conversations with my people that signed up personally with me.
I don't believe that.
I had a phone call from somebody saying, I encouraged them. And so they invested in Capital 40. And the question I asked them was, did you invest with me? And this person says no. So I'm like dumbfounded, because if I encouraged you, yet you didn't sign up with me, you signed up with somebody else. And it was that person.
Now, this conversation of did you invest with me or did you invest with a company, that is a really redundant conversation, because if you guys just do some research, you guys will see that there's a whole lot of penalties for people that promotes schemes that runs away with people's money, especially if these schemes aren't FSCA regulated. I'm gonna need you guys to go and research upon that, because these promoters, they need to be held equally accountable as the company themselves. This lady made a whole lot of money off Capital 40 and referring people to it. So her being this nonchalant about people losing money, that just really makes me dumbfounded.
Responsibility to make you aware of the risk involved, and if they didn't, there is nothing I can do about it, because the people I signed up understood it was a risk they were willing to take. You also guys need to realize is that
whether it was a risk or not, whether you made it clear to them or not, it is still an unregulated investment scheme. Therefore, you promoted something illegal, and this has a huge potential of backfiring onto you.
You guys
just saying
in Capital 40.
Just saying.
Okay? You did not invest with me. It's not like you paid me the money and I'm sitting with it in my bank account and then you was miraculously collecting a return on investment from Capital 40. No, people. You decided to join Capital 40 and you invested with Capital 40.
Don't fall for this type of gaslighting. You fell for Capital 40 because she told you it's a good company. You fell for Capital 40 because she told you the company was safe. You invested in Capital 40 because she told you the company is here for the long run. No video, and trust me, I've seen a lot of videos about her, but nowhere in those videos have I seen her speaking about risk. That is, she's me. I honestly feel she's lying.
I merely helped you through the sign-up process.
And even if she did make them aware about the risks, right? That means she is fully aware that promoting a Ponzi / pyramid investment scheme, she knows that that is illegal. So why is she pushing it? Money. Money.
Capital 40. I was obviously doing some of my own homework when I came across somebody that reached out to me and says, you know what? Let me tell you what Capital 40 is currently doing from the information I managed to gather today. The system is still open because they are still helping people load funds into Capital 40. For people that, I don't know what they're thinking, because lots of videos have stated Capital 40 has crashed. Now, because the system is still open, people are still funding. As a result, Capital 40 is still open. You are not able to withdraw. We are still not able to withdraw. Okay? There were some people that, there was a guy that reached out to support in Capital 40. Support replied via a Gmail account to say, I will help you. This is what you need to do to fund your Capital 40 account. So this guy replied to say, but I know you're having a problem with the withdrawals. So this guy says, no, you must just wait another 10 more days and the withdrawal process will be sorted. So this gentleman said, okay, I will wait for the 10 days to be over and then I will fund my account. And then that was it. He didn't hear from this person again. So what does that tell us, people? The only reason Capital 40 is leaving the system open is because they are allowing us to continue to market and fund. Whereas I personally, 2 weeks ago, have put an end to Capital 40. I had stopped getting my clients to fund. Everybody was put to a halt. I got a hold of my people in my group and I told them, stop funding Capital 40.
But your promotional videos are still online. I mean, how did I gain access to that video? And keep in mind, I couldn't download it from TikTok, so I had to screen record it. You think that all of us were born at the back of the mountain, eh? Nah, man, stop this. Take accountability for your guys' action. This thing of not wanting to take accountability for what you've promoted, that is so 2001, 2002, 2003, when the education was little. This of you not wanting to take accountability and responsibility for what you have promoted is so 19-foot sick, man. We are in the new age. Please take accountability. That's the only way that you can move forward, because if you don't take accountability, people are forever gonna hound you about it, and whatever you promote after this will not be successful.
Now I realize why the system is open is because they want us to keep on funding, and some people are still doing that. Can you please stop funding the Capital 40 platform? Because these people have no intention of opening the withdrawal system. They said give them 15 days. 15 days has passed. When he spoke to the gentleman today, he told the gentleman another 10 more days. So people, all they're doing is wanting us to keep on funding. That's why the system's open. Please spread the word to stop funding the Capital 40 accounts. In business, people, we go through a lot of trial and error. There's lots of lessons we learn along the way. Unfortunately, Capital 40 was the first platform I ever got into that, that did this, that something like this happened. So it was a learning experience for me, and I also lost money in the interim, right? But I made my people aware that it was a risk which they were willing to take. And like I said before, I turned people down if they put their last cent into it. Okay, I've had conversations with my people. People that signed up with me know that I've reached out to them and explained it's a risk, and it was a risk they were willing to take. So everybody else that signed up with anybody else, please, I have nothing to do with it if you have not personally signed up with me. Right? The people that are jumping the most are the ones that didn't sign up with me. That signed up with somebody else, which just makes no sense as to why you are coming for me, considering you didn't even sign up with me. Go back to the person you signed up with and take it up with them if that's what you want to do. But end of the day, people, it was a risk you were willing to take willingly. I cannot force, so I did not force anybody to get onto the platform, because you don't know how.
You may not have forced people to get onto the platform. You may not have forced people to open their wallets, but you definitely convinced them. And that is the issue. You definitely brought it to them. If it weren't for you, many, if not all of the people that you brought onto this, they wouldn't have been involved in this. So the fact that they lost money is part and parcel through you.
I was doing business when people reached out to me personally. My number is still in my bio. Should you feel you want to speak to me, my number is there. You guys can reach me, right? But my business ethics were always based on helping people, and those that got in early into Capital 40 people made a shit load of money, right?
And that's an excuse.
Those that got in late lost, like us, right? Like me. But those that got in early made millions off the platform. So there is always some good and some bad, some high and some lows, right? We've just got to figure out now, how do we move forward from this? Okay, and this is it. I am not making another video on Capital 40. I am ending it here, right? My heart has sore. It always will be sore as to the people that got in and lost, but it was a risk we were willing to take. I invested in it myself because it was a risk I was willing to take.
I believe if your heart were really sore and if you were really affected by this, you would not have been speaking so brazenly. You would have not been forcing to place the blame on other people. You would not be here acting as if you didn't promote Capital 40. That is just how I feel and what I can see.
Okay, and I just come on here sharing the opportunity. I don't physically force, convince, or reach out to anybody and press the pay button. Those are things you do on your own, all right? I didn't go into your banking app or your Capital 40 app and whatever and physically transfer and do the payment for you, right? So people, please, we need to rethink about what it is we're doing. And like I said, stop funding Capital 40. My personal opinion, they're not coming back, right? And it is what it is.
That is basically all that she can say. And I think you need to rethink what you are doing because, like I said, guys, she is yet again busy pushing another scheme. What she's pushing this time is known as buy towns. It is not FCA regulated, and I am gonna make a video about that pretty soon. But again, no lessons were learned. This lady is just pushing scheme after scheme after scheme. Her reluctance to take accountability for what she has promoted, for what she has got people into, that lets you know that she isn't worried about what people is going through right now. She's just worried about herself. The fact that she brings up what she has lost, that is almost like, I lost 100K, you lost way less than that. What are you complaining or crying about? But what people do not know is that not long ago, people were clapping hands for her online. And even then, I could see, this is a whole lot of fake nonsense. Promoting unregulated investment schemes is illegal. And I can promise you guys, there's many of these promoters that's going to be held accountable as soon as people start speaking out. Up until then, there's a few other promoters whose videos I also want to bring to your attention because in some cases, they just flat out lie and mislead people. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you in my next video. Cheers.